What matters now is Muslims shouldn't be involved in politics because we should just have a pious private faith, just like Christians do. And so the identity politics, political governance, and other issues, secular liberalism, etc. These are the issues now. Now, I'm not saying Ibn Taymiyyah is thereby irrelevant because I think some of his methodologies, the way he interrogates the questions, are important. But these are breeding. Yeah, I like the way I'm asked first. I like the way I'm asked first. Do you mind? But no, a lot of these questions are what are affecting Muslims' faith fundamentally now.
Tacit consent.
Yes, exactly. Whereas arguments about occasionalism, Asherite occasionalism, and the nature of God's attributes and names in the Quran, although these are in themselves important questions, I don't think that they matter today to Muslims at all. Muslims whose children, if you've got kids and they go to school, I've got Muslim parents who I know, their kids are being taught now about LGBT in schools, a whole range of stuff which is completely contrary to Islam. Yes. And they can do nothing about it in British schools. I mean, they can't stop it. This is what matters. And so, respect to Ibn Taymiyyah, but some of his concerns are out of date because he was a 13th century Hanbali Syrian theologian from Damascus, whereas we're in the 21st century. And that would be my response to that.
I 100% agree. In fact, one of the issues that
what do you think?
The Islamic theology,
Yeah.
the Islamic theology, like this controversial with Mu'tazilah and stuff, was idealism versus materialism. Now almost everybody is materialism, so it's no longer even have any effect. So I agree. In fact, even bringing it up might bring even more confusion than.
Well, the thing about materialism is interesting. I was talking to. It sounds like I'm name dropping. I forgive me for name dropping, but it's just kind of what I do with Professor Keith Ward at Oxford, who's and I mentioned him because the program focused on this very question of materialism, and he says materialism is dead today. Well, it has been since probably 1907 when Einstein wrote his general theory of relativity as a patents clerk in an office, which he was when he wrote it. The point being that modern physics, quantum mechanics, has shown that materialism is a false doctrine. If you drill right down, you're not going to find hard balls of atoms and molecules. It's all to do with probability waves. It's to do with quantum fluctuations. There is nothing really there when you drill right down. It's kind of empty. So reality doesn't have that kind of ultimate reality doesn't have that hard materialist substance that we perhaps in the West still believe at a popular level. Yes. As if atoms were things that you could hold on to and throw it. It's not. Atoms aren't like that, apparently. We're dealing with probability waves, mathematical probabilities, as Heisenberg and others have shown. And the role of the observer, the scientist, in conducting these experiments actually affects the outcome of the experiments. So the subjectivity in the way we perceive the world is really important. And so even questions like, well, we look around us now, we see beautiful green trees and a beautiful blue sky. When we leave the park, assuming all human beings would leave the park shortly, are the trees still green? Is the sky still blue? And the answer is no, actually, because greenness and colour is a property of waves in quantum event. It doesn't exist out there. I forget the explanation, but it's something that we perceive, but it's a human experience. It's not independent of our own mind.
Can you explain how he explained consciousness, Keith Ward? I don't know if you.
Have mercy on me. Have mercy.
You've killed him now.
You have.
You've killed him.
But I agree with Keith Ward. I'm an idealist in terms of Western philosophy. So I believe that the fundamental reality is consciousness and mind, and not matter. So it's another way of saying God is the ultimate reality. Actually, but it's called idealism for people like Berkeley, the Irish philosopher. And I think the new physics, quantum mechanics, is very compatible with that understanding, because many physicists have said that consciousness is the fundamental reality, not matter. And our brains, if you like, many people still think that our consciousness is an emergent property of the brain, like an epiphenomena, it's called. When I did philosophy at university, I was told, well, we have our material brains and our consciousness is an emergent property from the brain. But that's not what we believe anymore. In a sense, the physical brain is like a conduit. It's a thing through which our consciousness is expressed, but it's not the fundamental property of our minds. And so minds can exist outside of brains, and we see that in near-death experiences and out-of-body experiences. when people leave the bodies temporarily and can observe very accurately. This is when they're unconscious in a coma or virtually dying on the street or in a surgery or wherever. They can accurately report back when they get better again what they have seen and heard. And sometimes these people have been born blind, and for the first time in their existence they've actually seen what's going on whilst they're clinically dead. And they've recovered, because today medical science has progressed and we can do this sometimes. And yeah, what they've seen and heard is exactly what happened. And this is proof that, empirical evidence, I think, of the distinctiveness of the brain and the mind, or the soul, or the spirit, whatever you call it. It's kind of evidence for the Quran's position as well.
It was a pleasure, and thank you so much.
Oh, we've done it. Okay.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes.
A small hug.
Can we see what you look like?
Are you a
Can we see what you look like?
The camera, I don't want.
Well, turn away from the camera.
Are you a Patreon of the channel?
I cannot.
Let me do this dirty work.
How embarrassing.
Big fan.
I recognise you.
Really?
No, how do I recognise you? No, I don't. Maybe I should. War is peace. Absolutely. yeah.
Are you gonna put your old episodes on the podcast?
Eventually, yes. Thank you. It's taken time.
Because I drive around and I listen, so I have to click on the YouTube links
Yes.
to listen to the
No,
Dale Martin episodes. And the
Yeah, you're right. But it's taken so much effort just to put up the new ones, but you're right, the historic ones should go up. So thank you for reminding me. I'll have a word with my producer guy who should do it. I don't have time, but he does it, yeah.
There's this book I read recently. I was thinking if you have an interview with this guy, it'd be very interesting. It's called, I don't know, maybe you've read it, Rediscovering the Islamic Classics.
By who?
By Ahmed al-Shamsi. So he's talking about the history of how the manuscript culture turned into print culture during the last century. Very enjoyable. Really interesting.
Good. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm slightly distracted. He's okay. Thank you.
From Speaker's Corner or just when BT started?
When we started blogging theology, I think we were in the 5th or 6th video.
Yeah.
I started checking.
Okay, so he's a true fan.
Oh, good.
This is a genuine person.
Well, at least one anyway. So that's great. You have that unique honour.
I think it would be great if we get the channel into Arabic one day. So
Yes, I know.
if you're a true fan,
Sorry.
this would be an amazing project for you as well.
So what's your name again?
My name is Sahim Al-Thani.
Where are you from, if I ask?
From Qatar.
Oh, Qatar. You just say, yeah.
I'm from Qatar. Hopefully I'm gonna study now. My major is secular law.
Secular law.
Yes, obviously all the law we study are secular, unfortunately. I got my major here in the UK on renewable energy. And now, after experiencing it and seeing all the big experts, they are completely confused with the law. They don't know what to do, what's right, what's wrong. And when I came here, I was expecting, okay, now I went to one of the major universities in the world and I'm studying a big subject and I'm gonna meet all the big experts. And they're confused with secular law. They don't know where to start, where to end. And I thought I was not the only one confused. They were as well. Then things happen in life, years come, and I came across classes of fiqh, of Islamic law,
Just today.
and
So
subhanAllah,
you
it
met each other
was
online.
very precise. I said, now I can make law. Now I have principle that's not based on my opinion, not based on my desire. I can make law without feeling ashamed, because when I work on the legislation, I feel like I'm enforcing my ideology, which I'm always wrong. Let's be honest. All my measurement on life, mistaking. I don't have enough knowledge. But when you go to the Islamic precise, you can have a law that are precise, based on principles called usul. And it's actually much easier. You can solve problems. So I spoke to universities, professors, and one even in the Qatar University, they have Al-Didu, who is one of the biggest scholars of today. So I spoke to them, and the first book he gave me, because I always speak about liberalism and stuff, the book of Ibn Taymiyyah, Ontology, which I read, and now hopefully inshallah I will start my scholarship. Maybe if I become a scholar I can come to you as well.
Absolutely. Inshallah, you'll teach me. Absolutely. Yes, yes.
I've seen loads of your videos. I just like to
Show you my face. This is how it looks like.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Islam.
Yes, take care.
Sorry.
just like to say hello.
Alaikum.
Thank you very much for
Alhamdulillah.
everything that you post up.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to get some tea. I'm going to take these off.
Yeah, let's get some
I need to. Can we take these off? Yeah, take them. Because otherwise.
One, two.
Private. Not anymore, are there? What was the title? I think that was it.